Should be a big one. Our officials for tonight's matchup, Mr. Rick Hawkins, Mr. Charles Hodnett, and Mr. P.L. Flippin. So good Saturday crew for us, and this should be a good one, Kyle. The Colonels in their home whites, orange and black striping down the side. Black is in a solid line with a solid thick line of orange on each side. A is in a diamond written in orange on the side of the pants leg. Brookville is in their traditional maroon, yellow striping down the side, and the yellow warm-up shirts. And B's coached by Scott Jester, and he's familiar with this gym, not as much with the light show, but familiar with the spots on the floor, so to speak.
Yeah, the light show is new this year, but definitely Mr. Scott Jester. You and I, wasn't so long ago that he was playing here, and we got the chance to broadcast those games. And
graduate in 02.
Jester could shoot it from three-point range.
Yeah.
I think he may, Mark Slusher, the old three-ball in the corner pocket phrase, that may have been coined about a Scott Jester shot. I'm not sure.
Altavista is going to start Demetrius Johnson at the jump circle. He's going to jump against Ryan Glaze. Tip goes to Brookville, and the Bees controlling Ben Hogg, who provided quite the spark for the football team at the wide receiver spot, is going to start the point. Gets it over to number 21, Napier. Napier works it back to Hogg. Hogg dribbles with his left, now with his right side of the floor. Brookville going to our left here in quarter one. And Hogg gets things started with the 2-0 Bees, 24 seconds in.
Yeah, Hogg using the dribble to get close to the basket. Then he just threw up a little floating jump shot, got it to go in. Early lead for the Bees.
Ball back over to McClure. Altavista to our right here in quarter one. Scott Jester, man-to-man right now. I have seen him play some zone, though, so I guess no Christmas card from Mike Cardellaro this year for the deviation. Ball back with it.
Well, when you learn the fundamentals of a man-to-man defense, it's easy to step into a zone. It's harder to go the other direction.
Thornhill back heels on the line, no good on the 2, rebounded by Brookville. Hogg with it, and Mike Cardellaro very concerned about this game in terms of overlooking this game as to the next one. And Scott Jester, I mean, it's almost the same thing. Hogg gets it with the save off of Glaze's hands, and it's off of Brookville's hands, and it's back to the Colonels.
Yeah, you definitely can't judge Brookville by their 2-9 record. I mean, they're a lot better than a 2-win team. And, again, like you said, Bob, they've been playing some pretty tough competition. If they had a different schedule, the record really could be reversed.
0-5 in the league as McClure from the right wing 3 hits off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound by Demetrius Johnson, and Demetrius sticks it in, and it's 2-2.
Offensive rebound there for Altavista. Colonel's been good on the glass all year, Bob. Why stop now?
Bees have 2 wins, and one of them is a district opponent, but not a district win, as it happened in the Northside tournament against Liberty. The other victory is against William Campbell, but Brookville, like we mentioned, they played some heavyweights. Hogg sticks it inside. The shot by Lowther is going to go down. Will Lowther from inside the paint. 4-2 Bees as we head towards 6 minutes.
Yeah, nice move in the paint for a guy that's not really that big, Lowther.
Johnson can't handle the pass, and it's going to go to Brookville.
You got money?
6 minutes to play in the Apple Market first quarter. Bees lead 4-2.
Hogg gets into Bratt. Bratt will push it up with his left, guarded by Malback now with the right. I think if it's a situation where if you're playing, Liberty and Nelson County respectively on Tuesday, maybe not the concern as Hogg gets bumped by McClure, and that's going to send Hogg to the stripe. But, when you're facing an opponent like JF and you're facing an opponent like Gretna, I can understand the concern from the headman of both.
Yeah, you got to be keyed up to play your rivals on Tuesday, that's for sure. The guys are definitely thinking about it, and the coaches are probably thinking about it too. It's just easier for the coaches to stay focused. Bob, first quarter brought to you by the Altavista area Apple Markets. Check out the specials, the weekly specials. You can hear about them all game long during the timeouts.
5-2. Bees by 3. And Gretna, who came off of one on the short end of the stick last night to Dan River. And that'll probably have the Hawks even more ready to go here on Tuesday.
Yeah, only teams Gretna's lost to in the district first trip around were Altavista and Dan River, the 1 and 2 teams in the district respectively. So,
and the losing streak has Brookville with the save, nice play to push it down there. Hogg's going to chase after it, or Bratt's going to chase after it, but not be able to get it. The thing about Gretna is they have not beaten Altavista in a long time.
Right.
I want to say, I'll check this before Tuesday, but I think it's like a 10 or 11 game streak, and that's really a long time.
Yeah.
If you think about it, with two rivals.
Exactly.
Malbeck with it, pushes it left side to Thornhill. Thornhill will take it left side. Doesn't use the Hubbard pick. Hubbard gets it back on the perimeter. Now to Malbeck. Michi drives to the free throw line, just in front of it. Bounce pass down low to Johnson. Demetrius ties this one, or looks to tie it at the free throw line as he gets the extra shot.
Yeah, 5-4. Altavista trailing now. Great dribble penetration by Michi Malbeck, and then nice use of the bounce pass, Bob, there to get it down low to Demetrius Johnson. Who says the bounce pass is dead?
I've never said that.
I know you haven't.
I love the old bounce pass.
Oscar Briggs certainly has never said that. And you know what? His sandals and shorts, it's actually appropriate today. Normally we have to make fun of him, but today it works.
Well, we can still make fun of him at some point, but I mean not for the wardrobe.
No, not for the wardrobe.
Here's the score as Johnson knocks down the free throw. Offensive foul. Excellent move by Thornhill to place himself there, never moved. And the foul, I think it was Hogg on the catch.
Yeah. Thornhill anticipated the pass. He was going to try and intercept it, but he knew he wasn't going to get there in time, so he just set the feet down. Hogg never saw him. Hogg turned around and ran right through him. Thornhill had the position. Another heady play from Juan Thornhill.
Hubbard over to Thornhill. Thornhill avoids the Johnson pick again, goes right to the hole and hits it off the right side of the glass. Hits it off the glass from the right side, I should say. 7-5, Altavista.
One great play on defense deserves a great play on offense, and Thornhill provides both right there and gives Altavista their first lead of the night, 7-5.
Two straight opportunities where Thornhill's had a screen set for him and has gone the other way.
Yeah.
So really, it's still using the screen.
Right.
It's Brookville misses a shot.
Yeah, and it's making the defense think. You know, the defender thinks you're going to go one way, so he overplays the screen. Foul underneath the basket as Demetrius Johnson hits the deck. It looks like it's probably on Napier. Don't you think, Bob?
I do.
Okay.
Papa Adujamfi checks into the game for the Bees.
Yes, one of the best names that we're ever going to broadcast. Abu Jamfi, a senior for Scott Jester's ball club.
Three-pointer by McClure. Had a lot of arc on it. In and out, no good. And a foul is going to go against the Bees.
Yeah, Demetrius just went over the aforementioned Abu Jamfi's back. And that will be the first one on Demetrius. Second one on Altavista as a team.
Now,
4:25 remaining.
I did a little research, and I looked for one of the smartest people I know at Brookville High School, and Kim Woodford came to me. And I talked about Adu Jamfi. He's from Ghana, but has some Canadian citizenship, I believe, as well. So he's got some Ghana and Canadian in him.
I like that. He's one of those guys in the Olympics. He could play for like 4 or 5 different countries, which is a nice option to have, really, when you think about it.
Josh Walker checks in. He has an option to go in right now. Thornhill tries to defend Hogg. Hogg makes a nice pass to Napier. Napier can't get it to go. Rebounded by Altavista as Darius Johnson's now in the game for brother Demetrius. Thornhill drives right side and gets two. And I don't know where the space was for Juan to find that hole, but hole found.
I don't know either. He just slashed through the defense there, cradled the basketball up under around his hip, then put up the soft layup. Pretty nice play.
9-5. I don't really know if there was a hole.
No, there wasn't. He made his own.
Intended for Adu Jamfi, and Darius knocks it out of bounds. Brookville's going to check in Jimmy Moran. Scott Jester assisted by the aforementioned Kim Woodford, Corey Lovett, who actually played for Brookville, graduated in 03, and Jamar Lovelace, who comes back to his alma mater as a coach, done great things for Jeff Woody's football squad and taken over the JV basketball squad here as well. Hogg with the basketball. Hogg drives baseline. Hogg puts up a high arcing shot, and Hogg gets it to go, and it's 9-7.
Nice play by Hogg. Great touch to put up the lob shot, really.
Three-pointer by Walker, no good. Walker gets his own rebound, bouncing to him. Hogg tried to tie him up, couldn't. Darius Johnson gets it. Johnson with a fall away, back iron, no good. Darius gets his own rebound.
2 offensive rebounds in this possession.
To Malbeck. Walker sticks it inside to Thornhill, and Thornhill lost it on the line. 3:07 to go here in the first quarter, and it's been a little fast-paced in my mind.
It has been. Maybe we're used to the slow pace of the other night with Dan River and Altavista.
I was going to say, I'm getting tired.
I know. Well, it's hot weather, too. You're getting winded. It's humid out there.
Hogg with the basketball, guarded by Michi. Hogg goes right side to Lowther. In the corner, Napier guarded by Eric Poindexter, who's checking in the game. Poindexter, Malbec, Thornhill, Walker, and Darius Johnson on the floor for Altavista. And they're going to say Walker bumped Lowther with the body. That'll be Altavista's second team foul. Third team foul.
2:47 remaining in the first quarter. It is 9-7 Altavista, and that is the first personal foul on Mr. Josh Walker.
I missed a foul. I had Walker with one, McClure with one, so.
Demetrius Johnson had an over-the-back foul.
Appreciate your help, Kyle.
Yes, sir.
I keep you here. Hogg with the basketball and a wide-open look from downtown. No good. Rebounded by Poindexter. You know, watching Brookville, and I know this is cliche, but they might be the best 2-9 team I've seen in quite some time.
Absolutely.
Walker takes it from the corner, drives, kicks it out to Poindexter. Poindexter finds Maul back in the right corner. Michi, one dribble, kills it over to Poindexter. Eric works it left to Walker on the perimeter. Now back to Poindexter. Finds Thornhill. Malbec cuts. Malbec gets a pass. Malbec from about 13. No good. Rebounded by Brookville. And I think the foul is going to go against Darius Johnson, and that's going to be 4 against the Colonel.
Yeah, 1 on Darius. Michi Malbec had a good look at a jump shot along the baseline there, just a little short. Nobody really in position to rebound for the Colonels, and you got to give Brookville a lot of credit. I mean, we're probably going to run it into the ground, but for a team with a 2-9 record, so far anyway, this looks like a pretty good basketball team.
Daryl Christian gives it up to Moran. Moran from 3, no good. Rebounded by Darius Johnson. Moran, Christian, Hogg, Adu Jamfi, and Lowther on the court for the Bees. Walker gets it down low from the right side. Deposits 2 in off the window, and Altavista leads by 4, 11-7, as we're under 2 minutes to go. 1:49 to be precise.
Good job on the outlet pass there. Nice rebound by Darius Johnson, and then he found a streaking Josh Walker.
Christian over to Lowther. Now to Hogg. Hogg will bring it up top. Hogg lost the dribble. It almost went through Malbec's legs. Malbec picks it up, though. Gets it off to Thornhill. Thornhill again makes space out of nothing. Hits the bottom of the rim. Might have been some contact there. Bees leave it. Lowther tries to pass it over to Hogg. And Brookville, I think right now, is playing a little beyond their tempo of what they want to do. Not that they can't play fast.
Right. Well, and I mean, you know, that's the thing. They can play fast, but you got to expect some of those turnovers like that when you get going back and forth up and down the court. I think Coach Carlero would probably prefer to slow the tempo a little bit. Looks like Brookville's going to throw a little full court pressure the Colonel's way, Bob.
Poindexter, Thornhill, Walker, Hubbard, and Darius Johnson on the floor for Altavista. Thornhill with it. He gets it across with a long pass to Hubbard. Hubbard over to Darius Johnson. Johnson fouled. Still got the shot up, which I thought was good. Adu Jamfi with the foul. Because, I mean, Johnson got hammered.
Yeah, he really did. And shot didn't go in, but he'll get to head to the free throw line and shoot a pair. 11-7, Colonel's lead. 1:13 remains in the Apple Market first quarter. They want Darius to tuck in the shirt. He will oblige.
Darius at the stripe for a pair, looking to pad a 4-point advantage with 1:13 to go in this opening quarter of play. Johnson sinks the first. He'll have one more.
3-game week for us next week, Bob, and we got a special guest on Tuesday. Mr. Ron Campbell's going to stop by.
I'm looking forward to that.
Reminisce about some of the 50 years that we've had here at KD Country.
Darius Johnson can't hit the second. Rebounded by the Bees. Brookville with the basketball. The kick, drive, no good by Christian, or Adu Jamfi, pardon me. Altavista with the board. Thornhill has it. Thornhill to the free throw line. Kick out. Walker on the wing for 3. No good. Rebounded by Poindexter. Altavista has not been hot from the arc so far with 48 seconds to go.
Gotten a bunch of offensive rebounds, though.
Johnson takes it up from the left block, gets it to go in.
They make that one count right there. Good team basketball. Eric Poindexter gets the offensive board. They swing it around, get it in the hands of Darius Johnson.
Carry on Brookville. 14-7. And Coach Jester tried to call the timeout.
Called it a carry.
But not.
Yeah. Called a carry on Ben Hogg there, which is a violation.
Yes. Association encouraged, but
right
in the Virginia High School League, not encouraged.
So it'll give Altavista the basketball. 33 seconds left in this first quarter. How much you want to bet they try and hold for one, Bob?
You know, I don't know. I mean, we've seen situations to where you would think they would hold for one. Poindexter fires, no good. Rebounded by Brookville. Napier with it. Gets it off to Lichtenberger, and now Scott Jester will use that timeout with 16.1 seconds. We'll take it as well. It'll be a 30-second break. Altavista leads 14-7 on KD Country.
Installing Atrium vinyl replacement windows is like an investment in your home that can begin to pay dividends right away. You can save up to 30% or more on your home's heating and cooling costs. Add to your home's equity and add to its value by upgrading its looks and energy efficiency. Custom crafted Atrium vinyl replacement windows. Invest in your home's future with English's.
English's is your complete home center.
Business 29, Altavista.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels and the Bees, 14-7. This would be a good football score. And, I think a lot of people would actually anticipate a football game between these two now. You couldn't say that maybe 7-8 years ago.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to see these two teams match up. Of course, we've only got 8 seconds left in the quarter, so.
Hogg in front of the free throw line. Jumper off front iron, no good. Rebound, tap down loose. Picked up by Brookville. Bees get a shot at it, no good. It won't fall down for Lowther, and we've ended one quarter. So at the end of one, Altavista holds to a 14-7 lead against the Bees. Back after this 1-minute break on KD Country.
The game is brought to you by these members of the Altavista Sports Club.
Chef's Drive-In, serving hometown pride with 18 flavors of milkshakes.
Comfort Inn in Altavista, outdoor pool and free hot breakfast with your stay.
Steve's Florist, best quality at the best price for all occasions.
El Cerrito Mexican Restaurant, authentic Mexican food, open 7 days a week.
Aubrey Rosser, attorney at law, Main Street, Altavista.
Piece of Pie Restaurant, Lower Broad Street, Altavista. Give peace a chance.
China Walk Super Buffet, American and Chinese food with the newest item, crab.
Perkins Twin Tire and Auto Service, your Michelin tire store.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Bob Alvis, Kyle Haney. Always good to see Mr. Kenny Hunt on a Saturday night. I normally think of that as a weekend privilege, or a weekday privilege, but when it becomes a weekend luxury, I know I'm living right.
Absolutely. Fun stuff on a Saturday night here from Altavista. Maybe a little bit more fun for the Colonels, but the Bees certainly not out of it yet.
8 minutes to play. What'd you see in the first?
I thought Altavista on the glass, again, much like the other night against Dan River, they're doing a really good job on the glass. They're boxing out, and they're really getting to the rebounds, too.
McClure, corner for three. It's going to be long. No good. Rebounded by Brookville. Thornhill tries to tie it up. Cannot. Now it's off to Hogg on the left side. Of course, you can check out archived game broadcasts on YouTube. And that's sponsored by our good friends at Fellers. Bees with the basketball. Bees get it loose. Nice block by McClure. Thornhill down right side with contested by Hogg. I don't know if constantation is a word. Thornhill drives and leads by 9.
Great stuff there. Thornhill gets his hand on a pass right there and deflects it out of bounds. The block from McClure starts it. He kicks it ahead to Juan Thornhill. And boy, once Juan Thornhill sees a little open space, Bobby, he really takes advantage of it, doesn't he?
Tyler Clay and Ryan Glaze check in. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Juan Thornhill sees. My vision is far from 20/20, but I mean, on the court, he just has a different look.
He does. He sees so much. He's the same way on the football field. He sees stuff that you don't think somebody should be able to see. And then
he's a sophomore.
That's exactly right.
Brookville with the basketball. Clay has it. Clay picks it up. Clay tried to give it off, taken away by Michi Malbeck. Malbeck drives in. Hogg goes up with him, chooses not to foul, and Malbeck gets in 2, and now Altavista leads by 11. Brookville hasn't scored in a while. 9 points have been scored by the Colonels since Brookville has scored. Hogg, leaner. It's off the front iron, no good. Rebounded by Thornhill. Thornhill comes down all the way, gets it to Malbeck. Malbeck couldn't catch it clean, pitches it back out to Hubbard. Hubbard gets inside. Hubbard tries to make the bounce pass to Thornhill, and it's going to Brookville. Altavista maybe being too unselfish.
Yeah, I was just going to say Altavista probably a little bit unselfish to a fault right there. A couple times they wanted to make the extra pass. It's always fun to set your buddy up for the points.
Right.
Sometimes you've just got to go ahead and get it in the basket yourself, though.
Colonel showing some full court pressure. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay to Brookville. How long has this gymnasium been in play? Do you know?
Oh,
that was going to be a question.
That's
I was
a good
going to
question.
ask Ron Campbell of, What was the broadcast locations like back in the day?
Yeah, that's true. You know, it used to be Altavista played in the old gym right out here to our right. They still practice there. Some anyway, you know, rotates around.
Hogg with the basketball. Hogg gets inside. Hogg, nice move, left-handed layup. Lead cut in half, 18-9 now.
Yeah, real nice move by Hogg, and Brookville needed some points desperately.
Ball back over to Thornhill. Now to McClure. Well, you guys had Chester Brockwell during the football season. Now Ron Campbell. Does Doc Slusher make an appearance this year? I hope so.
I think he's going to have to get on the radio here at some point before this basketball season is over to celebrate this 50-year anniversary.
Demetrius Johnson can't catch clean. Hogg comes away with it, gets it over to Glaze. Glaze, pull up, thought about it, now back over to Hogg. Three-pointer by Clay is going to roll in and out. Glaze had hands on it, but it comes down to Thornhill. Of course, Ryan Glaze, son of head baseball coach Chris Glaze. Small back, even though Chris Glaze does not look old enough to have a teenage son, I will say that. Demetrius fall-away jumper, no good, rebounded by Clay. Hogg with the basketball. Altavista's got a trifecta of subs, or a trio of subs that are going to check in on the dead ball. Glaze, or Hogg gets into.
And now all of a sudden Brookville's got a little run of their own, 18-11. Under 5 minutes to play in this Apple Market second quarter. Altavista's going to reset things here in the half-court offense. They hadn't really run a half-court offense in a while, Bob. It's been all up-tempo, fast break stuff.
18-11 with Glaze's 2. Hubbard over to Thornhill. Thornhill trying to direct. Left side it goes. Shot up, no good. Front iron, rebounded by Brookville.
And Brookville's done a better job on the glass. I thought that was what Altavista did well in the first quarter. Second quarter, Bees are really getting after it.
Hogg passes back out to Glaze. By the way, you know it's hot outside when the stink bugs are back around. One
They're back.
flew in front of me and dropped.
That's your excuse for bad broadcasting?
No, absolutely not. I thought he might have wanted to take over. That's what I was going to give up the headset. Walker, Darius Johnson, Eric Poindexter check in, and Adu Jamfi checks in for Brookville.
Yeah, Altavista could really use a stop right here. The Bees are really threatening to cut into this lead. 18-11 right now. Colonels still have the advantage.
I'm sure you're watching football and have football muted and listening to us, but if you're not, Kyle, Broncos in front of the Ravens.
Close game, though.
Passes down to Hogg. Hogg is not concerned about that one. He's concerned about this one. Bees have clawed back to 5.
Yeah, don't turn it from this one because I think this is going to end up being a pretty good basketball game.
Brookville on a 6-0 run. Altavista looking to end that, and they do with the Josh Walker 3-ball corner pocket.
That's right. Great shot from Josh Walker. He missed a couple threes earlier in the night, but at first you don't succeed. Try again.
Clay drives in. Hogg with it. Hogg will pull from the arc and hits it. Ben Hogg, left wing, 21-16.
Wow. Just a pull-up three-pointer there with Eric Poindexter in his face. Dotting the I on that one.
And Hogg is one of those guys that's a lot more athletic than he looks. If you just saw him walking around school, you might not think that this guy has been a key for 2 programs, football and basketball. But I'll tell you, Benjamin Hogg puts the B into Brookville and the B into B's a lot this season in both sports.
Yeah, absolutely. He is definitely, like you said, kind of unassuming. You don't think of him probably as the main engine that makes this team go, but he is very athletic. Foul away from the basketball as Darius Johnson was dragged down by Adu Jamfi, and that is his second foul, 5th on the team for Brookville.
And you know, Hogg really doesn't have this look at me type attitude.
Right.
I'm not saying, I'm not trying to call out anybody, but it's not, he's not flamboyant. Thornhill, it's like he takes the lunch pail to work.
That's right.
So I'm punching out at 5. Poindexter with the basketball. Again, a pleasure to watch the Johnsons battle down low in terms of trying to establish themselves on the post.
Absolutely. They love to get after it down there.
Ball squirts out, and it's going to stay to Altavista. Adu Jamfi guarding Darius. And just a good old-fashioned scrum.
Jester's going to talk some things over with the officials as they explain a few things. It will be Altavista basketball underneath their own basket. 2:52 remains in the half. 21-16 Colonels lead. Ball back into Walker. Poindexter, Thornhill, and Darius Johnson join on the floor. Walker guarded by Hogg. Hogg poked it away. Couldn't get it all the way out, though. Michi
Picks it up. Michi pitches out to Thornhill. Thornhill beyond the arc. Now over to Poindexter. Now back to Michi. Hogg guarding Walker. Small back over to Thornhill.
Yeah, I mean, Brookville's man-to-man defense is really relentless, Bob, and it's probably reminding you of Altavista's defense a little bit.
Foul away from the ball. Darius Johnson. It's going to be his first or second?
I think it's his second, yep.
Fifth on the team. And, you know, I talk about that, the battles they have down low trying to get themselves open. Sometimes that works the other way, too, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's some give and take involved there. I think the Johnsons would definitely admit, yeah, we foul some guys every now and then, sure.
Hogg over to Clay. Clay looking for somewhere to go. Goes over to Christian.
But you've got to find that line with the referee, too.
Hogg, wing, three, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Darius as he tracks that one down, gets it over to Poindexter. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half of play. 21-16. Altavista by 5. Poindexter with the rock. Now over to Walker. Walker to Thornhill. Thornhill pitches back out. Walker, big three again from the side. No good. Overshot that one. Rebounded by Brookville and Adu Jamfi.
21-16. Colonel's lead. 1:30 remains in this half.
McClure, Hubbard, and Demetrius Johnson ready to hit in on the next dead ball. Hogg with it. Hogg throws it over. Caught by Christian. Gives it up to Lowther. Lowther hands to Hogg. Hogg comes around. Hogg to the free throw line, and Hogg with the travel. I don't know if he went back to the old school of football right there, put his head down trying to get a little more room.
Yeah.
Now, if he had made it, because he kind of threw it up behind his back at the end, if that had gone in.
If that had gone in, I think this whole place would have lost it. He threw it up with his back to the basket.
Right.
It did hit the backboard, though.
Poindexter brings it up.
Just over 60 seconds to play. Subway halftime show should be a good one, Bob.
I might have just given him a player of the game right now. I don't care if somebody drops in 40 for the Bees the rest of the game. Thornhill crosses it out. Hubbard, his first triple of the night, and it goes down.
Rattled it in there. The lefty strikes again. 24-16, big shot from Richard Hubbard.
And, you know, I think Richard Hubbard had been so loud lately. He's kind of gotten quiet the past couple games, which may help him in the long run. Bees out of bounds on that one. It's going back to Altavista. 39 4/10 left before we head to the Subway halftime show, Mr. Haney.
Yeah, again, it should be a fun one. Plenty of good topics to discuss, this game and others. And it looks like Brookville's gone into that 2-3 zone that you talked about they'll play sometimes. I like switching it up here because, you know, Altavista probably wants to hold for the last shot, so give them a different defense to look at.
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't know if Clay was freelancing there for a minute or if the zone really did go that far out, because Poindexter had it about the 10-foot line of the volleyball court as the stink bug is back, trying to block your view, Kyle.
Under 10 seconds, yep.
Poindexter with it. Over to Demetrius. Demetrius swings. Hubbard goes up. Stripped. Nice play by Napier.
Going to be 2.7 seconds left now. Altavista basketball. They'll have to inbound it from the sideline, though, which is kind of different. Sometimes it messes up your set play a little bit.
Hubbard inbound, and it could be where the guy inbounded it might get it right back.
Yeah.
Thornhill, though, will take the shot. No good. And that will send us to intermission. So 16 minutes of play in the books here from Altavista High School. The Colonels lead the Bees 24-16. We're back after this on the Subway halftime show on 105.5 KD Country.
At First National Bank, we have no service charges on debit cards, and we don't plan to. I'm Courtney Woody, and our local bank offers a variety of accounts for everyone, which will help you bank better and bank for less. First National also has no monthly maintenance fees on free checking, nonprofit, and faith-based checking accounts. If you're worried about your banking fees, contact First National Bank today. We have over 100 years of dependable, low-cost banking. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Try a variety of daily lunch specials priced under $4 at El Cazador Restaurant. The people that brought the first Mexican food to the area 13 years ago and still going strong 7 days a week. Come by for Mexican or American food, all reasonably priced, with drink specials and great service too. Voted best Mexican restaurant by you, their customers, El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, Main Street in Altavista. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant thanks you for your loyalty and your business.
In the past century, our community has grown, And Finch Funeral and Cremation Service has grown too, alongside the families they've known for so long. Finch is proud to have served you over 100 years. A family business, Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, dedicated to your service.
Finch Funeral Homes. We're here because we care.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Altavista up on Brookville, 24-16. The Subway halftime show. Two convenient locations if you're in Altavista. You have one right there inside of Walmart in Clarion, on Clarion Road, and one right there on Main Street. And, you know, Robert Duff, outstanding ownership. It's kind of, you know, I mean, that's like working probably for Mark Cuban, not George Steinbrenner.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty easy guy to work for. He's down there at the scorer's table right now tonight in this game, doing a little work down there with the scoreboard and the clock and that kind of stuff.
Community,
he does it all.
Community, how much does it mean to Robert Duff? And it's important.
Yes, it is.
And that's why if you're listening, definitely come out and support the Colonels this season. Tuesday probably wouldn't be a bad time if you hadn't planned on it when they take on the Gretna Hawks. But any night, whether it's Tuesday, Friday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Thursday, whenever.
Yeah.
Always a good time.
The pregame light show is probably worth the price of admission itself, and then you're going to get to see some great basketball on top of that. I mean, this is an Altavista team, Bob. I hate to keep bringing it up because I don't want to jinx them, knock on wood, all that. Still undefeated at 10-0. And I'm not saying they're going to run the whole table undefeated, but, you know, the more and more you keep winning, obviously that momentum keeps building, and you know what happens with a snowball. I know it's 70 degrees outside, but you haven't forgot how snowballs work. Once they build up, they're hard to stop.
You know, because if you have a snowball outside this year, that can break some momentum, too, in terms of cancellations and everything. And
right.
For once, I would like to see a whole schedule played like it's supposed to be
played. We played it all like it was supposed to be played last year, I think. Maybe one game.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but my point is I just want to see everything played on its scheduled day. I'm not talking about having all, 18 or whatever played. I want to see everything played on its scheduled day. And I think really Altavista and any other coach is going to, not want to break the monotony or whatnot of, we play on this day, we practice on this day.
Yeah.
We eat at this time. Coaches are creatures of habit. They like that routine.
Yeah, they're a lot like baseball players. They're probably not as superstitious unless it's a baseball coach. Then they're like
you're really
double the superstition. Yeah, it's like OCD,
We'll take a break and come back on the Subway halftime show. The Altavista Colonels lead the Brookville Bees 24-16 on 105.5 KD Country.
English Construction Company has been in the building business since 1932, so it's only natural that they appreciate the building process. They recognize the fact that organized sports programs build character as well as bodies and minds. They know that high school sports build our youth into more well-rounded and more productive adults. English Construction Company is proud to be a sponsor of high school sports and salute all athletes, coaches, and teachers. A word of praise and encouragement from English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg, Virginia.
Good news from Altavista area Apple markets. Check out these new in-store specials. 99 cents for any coffee or cappuccino. Trade winds and sweet leaf teas, 2 for $1.50. And a 24-pack of Coke, only $5.99. Or grab the 4-piece chicken tenders, fries, and garlic toast for just $4.99 at Riverside or Main Street Apple Market locations. At Gateway, get half a pizza and a medium drink, only $5.99. Visit the Apple Market convenience stores soon for these great deals.
A short drive will save you money.
That's right. A short drive can save you hundreds, maybe thousands. The absolute best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Have a trade? When you make a deal, Feller Chevrolet will pay it off, no matter how much you owe. Slow credit? Don't worry. Drive away today in your new or pre-owned vehicle. Remember, if you didn't purchase your vehicle from Feller Chevrolet, you paid too much for it.
Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Always fun here at halftime, the Subway halftime show, to see the half-court shots tossed up.
It went away there for a little while. I'm glad they brought it back.
And 2 go down tonight. You can even turn the half-court shot into a family fun event here if you come, as we see Mr. Walker and son Chris, I believe.
Flip.
Or Flip, I'm sorry.
Not Chris.
And I get my
Chris might be listening.
You need to have a scorecard to keep your walkers straight, as we've proven many times.
Yeah, that's a good
on
point.
These airwaves. But the thing is, you see Flip shooting, you see Mr. Walker shoot, and I wonder if there's winner has to buy the other one, or whoever wins gets lunch.
Yeah.
The loser,
Well, they both missed, unfortunately.
Well, but
I guess
Mr. Walker was closer. He did hit back iron.
I don't know. I thought Flips had a better look to it. Had nice rotation.
Mr. Walker, you see who's on your side. Flip, you see, battle lines have been drawn. And, I would always encourage Mr. Oscar Briggs to get out there, flip-flops and all.
Yes. Being the big North Carolina hoops fan that he is, he's seen some great basketball in his time.
He hasn't.
Hey, I wasn't going to go there, but anyway, I think Mr. Briggs should get out there and knock down the half-court shots. You're right, but we'll work on that.
We saw one the other night just in front of half from T.T. Dews at that girls' game.
That's right. We were at Rustburg Wednesday broadcasting the Lady Colonels against the Lady Red Devils. That was a fun game to watch, and always a fun time to go to Rustburg. Altavista gets out of there with a win. And, of course, the Lady Colonels got a big game Tuesday as well, Bob.
Yeah, and if you want
their rival.
I was going to say, if you wanted to hear some more Lady Colonels games on the radio when, scheduling permits, give Kyle Haney, give Dave Haney. Just give a call to your good friends at 105.5, 369-1055. For a nominal fee, you can get in on sponsoring some Lady Colonels basketball or some Guys Colonels basketball as the playoff season is quickly approaching.
Yeah, we're looking for playoff sponsors for both, and we definitely plan to be there all the way out for both teams. Lady Colonels made it to Richmond last year, falling in the semifinals.
I was there.
I know you were, and I think, not to jinx anybody again, but I think you got to expect both teams from Altavista to do some things in the playoffs.
They got a good shot.
Absolutely.
That's what I'll say. Just
there you go.
I won't get put under.
I didn't make a prediction. I don't want to get put in the shredder on a microscope, whatever you want to call it. I just said I think you got to expect them to make some noise in the postseason.
The expectations are always there. Let's put it that way.
There you go.
Altavista leads this one 24-16. Brookville's been out here shooting for 2 or 3 minutes. Colonel's not back yet.
Yeah, Brookville
I don't think they've left.
Right. Brookville made them cut short the half-court shot a little bit because they got out early to shoot some. Altavista staying back in the locker room for a while. But, Colonels did that against Dan River, Bob. They stayed in the locker room for a long time, didn't shoot much at halftime. And, you should have your shot dialed in by now. I don't know that you necessarily have to shoot.
Chalk talk.
I mean, I think the chalk talk is important right now. Exactly.
Looking at some numbers here real quick before we head to the second half. Subway halftime show, by the way. Eat healthy, eat fresh, eat there all the time. Juan Thornhill has 6 points for the Colonels. Josh Walker and Demetrius Johnson each have 5. Darius Johnson and Richard Hubbard have 3. Michi Malbeck has 2 for Brookville. Ben Hogg has 12 of the 16. Lowther has 2, and Glaze has 2. We'll take a quick timeout and come back with the second half after this timeout on the Subway halftime show. Altavista leads by 8 over the Bees on KD Country.
Try a variety of daily lunch specials priced under $4 at El Cazador Restaurant. The people that brought the first Mexican food to the area 13 years ago and still going strong 7 days a week. Come by for Mexican or American food, all reasonably priced, with drink specials and great service too. Voted best Mexican restaurant by you, their customers, El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, Main Street in Altavista. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant thanks you for your loyalty and your business.
Hi, I'm Tracy Robinson of First National Bank. Did you know there are great home mortgage opportunities available right now? With rates being at an all-time low and 100% financing, our recognized mortgage lenders will deliver the right loan for your needs. Put this together with our other progressive mortgage products, our fast local service, and we're ready to lend. First National Bank, over 100 years of dependable custom banking. For you and your money, that's important. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Installing atrium vinyl replacement windows is like an investment in your home that can begin to pay dividends right away. You can save up to 30% or more on your home's heating and cooling costs. Add to your home's equity and add to its value by upgrading its looks and energy efficiency. Custom crafted atrium vinyl replacement windows. Invest in your home's future with English's.
English's is your complete home center.
Business 29, Altavista.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Second half underway. Bees to our right, Colonels to our left. Kyle, real quick adjustments.
I think the Bees have got to do a better job on offense getting the ball to the basket. I think they could score when they get it inside. For the Colonels, I think they'd probably like to tighten up their ship on offense a little bit too. You know, under 24 points is probably under their average for the year, unless you're talking about that Dan River game anyway.
Yes, I believe it was. I couldn't tell you the exact number off the top of my head, but I think they're like at right around 53 for a game.
Yeah, so 24 points is actually not that far off for a half.
53 to 57, somewhere in that neighborhood. Hubbard tied up, gets it over to Thornhill, and right on pace defensively. No double-digit quarters yet for the Bees. And, you know, if I'm Brookville, I love Benjamin Hogg, don't get me wrong, but if he's got 12 of the 16, I don't know if that's totally good news. Thornhill from the left side, corner jumper, no good. Rebounded by Glaze.
Yeah, we've talked about how coaches probably don't care where the points come from, but you're right, you don't want to become too one-sided because then you become sort of predictable.
Thornhill and Napier in a tie-up, and possession arrow reads Altavista.
Yeah, there was wasn't really clearly communicated who had the possession arrow, but
for a minute I thought Cardlero called a timeout with the way the referee pointed.
Everybody just sort of stopped there too after that.
Smallback tries to go downstairs to Demetrius. Brookville comes away with it. Bees will have it. Napier in the corner. Now over to Hogg. Kyle, we will be very used to this gymnasium. We'll be right back here on Tuesday when the Hawks come to town.
Yeah, get here early for that one and bring your hard hat too.
Hogg to the rack. Gets it to go and one.
Nice play by Ben Hogg. Scored most of their points. He's still got most of their points. Two more. 24-18 is the team score. 6:30 remaining in this third quarter, Bob. Third quarter brought to you by Apple Markets. Three great locations in Altavista: Main Street, Gateway, and Riverside. Hogg makes it a 3-point play to go with the three Apple Market locations.
And it's a 5-point margin now. 15 of the 19 by Hogg.
That's a lot, but again, I think if you're Coach Jester, you'd rather have the points than not have them.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I don't think he's going to, you know, unless you can transfer him to somebody else's account.
Right.
I don't know that he's going to turn him away. Maulback with it. Colonels don't look totally, don't want to say out of sorts tonight, but they don't look their smoothest, although McClure, did that hit the window?
I think he banked it in from the corner over there.
That's an impossible, I mean, you can't call that.
No, that is a really tough angle. I don't think he meant to hit the glass, but it goes in. It's a three-pointer for Jake the Snake.
And a foul going to send Brookville to the stripe, and the foul's going to go against McClure. I think that's 3 if it's on McClure.
Yep.
Now, the thing I like for Scott Jester's squad is you're putting Brookville with the chance to score without the clock moving.
Yeah, absolutely. They drive to the basket, and, you know, that's how Hogg got his points, going to the basket. They get fouled here. This free throw is no good.
Louther's one of the other 2 that have scored. Louther has a bucket. Glaze has a bucket. And again, you know, not to repeat myself too much, Kyle, but the fact that this team hasn't won a game in the Seminoles, only won 2 out of 9, is really odd to me.
Surprising, without a doubt. And you know, they're going to get somebody eventually here in the Seminole. It may happen Tuesday night against JF, but they're going to win some games down the stretch, that's for sure.
And I don't think they're going to get somebody just once.
Right.
Johnson can't hit. And I don't know where that JF game is off the top of my head.
I know where Demetrius Johnson is. He's on the free throw line. 27-20, Colonel's lead. Third foul there on Glaze. First foul of the half on the team for Brookville. 5:33 remaining in the Apple Market third quarter, Bob.
You know, Sports Buffet Podcast is kind of on the bench a little bit for now in terms of the podcasting part, but you can still follow us on Facebook and Twitter. But I'll tell you, one of the young coaches that I really, really like, and I'm not just saying this because he'll talk to me pretty much anytime I call him, is Scott Jester. I think Coach Jester, he's about, I want to say, third year or something now, and I think he does a really good job. And I think Brookville probably, you know, if people out there are saying, well, he's not getting the numbers in terms of W's and L's, you can't judge a coach strictly by the wins and losses, especially since Coach Jester, I think, is still working on building the house.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, this is a solid team, and you're right. You can't just judge it on the wins and the losses, because all wins are not created equal, and all losses are not created equal. I mean, you can lose by 1 or you can lose by 50. I mean,
still counts on the right side.
Right.
Johnson gets it underneath and sticks in 2.
Good feed
Demetrius
from Juan Thornhill. He drove to the basket and then just dumped it off right there to Demetrius.
Missed both from the free throw line a few moments ago, but sinks that bucket, and the Colonels back in front by 9. Hogg gives it up now to Napier. Now Bratt with it, pardon me. Guarded by Malbeck. Bratt almost hooked him kind of upstairs. I think it was unintentional. The ball was stripped by Malbeck and can stay with Brookville.
Abu Jamfi got the rebound, put it down on the floor, and I believe Josh Walker or Demetrius Johnson sort of poked it out of there before.
Moran checks in for Brookville. Darius and Poindexter check in for the Colonels.
29-20, 9-point lead for Altavista. 4:52 remaining here in the third period.
Hogg gets into Moran. Moran looking for somewhere to go, guarded by Poindexter. Finds Hogg. Hogg at the free throw line. Hogg didn't pass the ball to Abu Jamfi. Did not know where it was. Kick out. The three-pointer's up. No good. I thought Hogg was going to shoot, honestly. Might have gotten a foul over the back right there. No call. Napier got the board. Gets over to Hogg. Hogg's to the stripe.
Yeah, Hogg is really deceptively quick. And, you know, he's sort of like Thornhill in the fact that he can find those little cracks at in the defense and exploit them and get to the rack. First foul on Michi Malbeck. Third foul on the team.
I know 2 people, at least, that are happy that Hogg's only a junior.
I believe one of them is Scott Jester.
Second one's Jeff Woody.
Oh, okay. There
29-21.
That's right. Hogg was one of the leading receivers this year for the Bees. And you can see why. I mean, he's a guy that, you know, on paper probably shouldn't do a lot of damage, especially on the football field, but he's so quick, and he's got that vision, too, and knows how to play.
29-22. Bees back down 7. Thornhill sticks it into Darius. Darius, turnaround shot, goes down.
That's a good play right there. Nice post move by Darius Johnson. He kept going further and further away from the basket. Normally when you do that, it's bad news, but he knocked in the jumper anyway.
Tell you what, I would like to nominate a most improved player in the Dogwood this year from Altavista. I'll throw Johnson's name out there.
Couldn't agree more.
Both. Brookville with it. Moran. Nice bounce pass. No look to Napier. Napier gets into, I mean, I think the way Darius and Demetrius have both improved, I think it's almost, you know, like night and day. 31-24. I mean, not that they weren't good last year, but I think this year they're really, really tough for Altavista.
Yeah, now they're getting to the point, each of them, where when they get hot, they can take over a game.
Walker for 3. Bounces off the left side of the iron. Chased down his own rebound. Couldn't get it. Moran secures it. 3.5 to go in this quarter. Gets it over to Hogg. It won't spin down. Rebound comes down to Altavista. Scott Jester's like, wait a minute, I went here. We should get that roll. Walker back out to Poindexter. Now over to Thornhill. Now back to Eric. Poindexter finds Thornhill. Now over to Malbeck. Malbeck drives. Malbeck leaves it for Darius Johnson. Johnson lost it. Johnson might have been pushed and fouled. Ball still loose out there. Napier dives after it. Napier gets it over, and Brookville calls a timeout. Maybe not at the most opportune time, as they would have gotten the layup, but I think Scott Jester felt that thing was getting out of control right there. So a timeout by the Brookville Bees. It's a 30-second break. We'll observe it as well. 3:04 to go in the quarter. 31-24 Altavista.
In the past century, our community has grown, and Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service has grown too, alongside the families they've known for so long. Finch & Finch is proud to have served you over 100 years. A family business, Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, dedicated to your service.
Finch & Finch Funeral Homes. We're here because we care.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Bob and Kyle back here. Scott Jester just called a timeout. Might have really cost his team 2 points, but that thing was getting out of control, and he just wanted a timeout when that ball was secured by Brookville.
Yeah, he had about 3 or 4 players on the floor diving after. It was hard for him to know that they were going to kick it out to the one guy that was on his feet.
Moran with it over to Hogg. Yeah, I think, you know, in retrospect, that's one you can't say, I wish we didn't get it. Hogg gets it over, and traveling is going to be the call. against the Bees. And Brookville is going to show some pressure.
Yeah, they did a little full court press in the first half, Bob, and Altavista broke it. Really no problem, and I think Coach Jester took it off. Now he's going to try it again.
Poindexter with it. You know, I got to Brookville yesterday to interview Coach Jester towards the end of their practice. They don't halfway practice. I mean, they're going full speed, and that's, you know, to me a reflection of the head man.
Yeah, you know, you really are only as good as you practice, and I mean, I think that's any sport. You can't just
roll it out.
Yeah, you can't just roll them out in practice and then expect to do something on game nights.
Over to Thornhill. 2.5 to go, Kyle, in this quarter. 31-24. Malbeck leaves it short, but he's going to the stripe himself for 2.
Yeah, he was fouled. That's one of the reasons why he left it short. He'll head to the free throw line. He was there quite a little bit Tuesday night in the win against Dan River and sank some big free throws down the stretch. Second foul on Will Lowther. We've got 2:29 to play in this third quarter. Altavista's up 31-24.
Only 3 team fouls apiece so far. Malbeck misses the first. Shame on me, I forgot to bring the stats from the game the other night, but Greg Pribble, who does a great job with the stats for Altavista, stats were almost really even dead across, except for free throw shooting. Altavista, that's where you can argue they won the game.
Yeah, you really can. And I mean, I think we've talked about the Colonels are getting better from the free throw line. Probably still not quite where they want to be as that one goes in from Michi Malbeck. So he's one of 2 from the stripe that trip. But they're definitely getting better from the line.
32-24. 2:29 to go. Where do you want this at the end of the quarter if you're Brookville?
As close as you can get it, but I think if you could get it down to 6 or 7, Scott Jester would feel pretty good about his chances about making a run in the fourth quarter.
Moran with it. I'd say 4, but I'm greedy.
Yes,
Glaze
you are.
Spins. Glaze still spins. And fortunate, I think Brookville has Johnson is going to get called for the foul, and they're going to stay out of bounds. Scott Jester was trying to get the 2 for Glaze. But
yeah, they're going to say it was on the floor foul. He was not in the act of shooting.
And, again, some condensation on the floor.
Yeah, we saw that a bunch in the JV game. They had to bring some towels out there. It's not like...
still not ready to go.
Still not ready to go. It's not as bad as that Virginia game at Richmond that one time when they had to cancel the game.
Right. And
the game was in Richmond. I don't know if they were playing Richmond or not. I don't know if you remember.
I do. I don't think it was against Richmond. I think it was just in Richmond.
Yeah.
And you noticed did you notice earlier tonight, Kyle, that all 3 of those doors were open to our right? Normally it's only 1 door open, if any.
Well, and it is a little humid outside. Rained all day yesterday, and then it was hot today.
Brookville with it. Hot for winter. I don't know if I'd say hot.
Yeah.
Hogg has been hot, though, looking for the 3. That one's short. Nice play by Moran to save it off the back of Poindexter.
It was the old Juan Thornhill play that he used Tuesday night at against Dan River. Nice play. Poindexter couldn't grab it and save it back in bounds. It goes off his back out of bounds.
Now, you know, Hogg inbounded there, and he had 2 Altavista guys guarding, but they had their back turned as Hogg hits in 2 off the window, 32-26. You wonder why somebody just doesn't do that old trick play of throw it off their back, come in and catch it, and then score.
You see it every now and then. It's high risk, high reward.
Johnson's going to be fouled. Almost got the shot to fall down, and he's going to the stripe for 2.
Fouled by Papa Abu Jamfi. That's I want to say his 3rd. Yep.
You can never say that name enough, can you?
No, you can't say that name enough. We should probably be calling him Prince Abu Jamfi.
You know, when Scott Jester was talking to me about earlier, and he said Adu Jamfi, I thought he meant, I thought he was saying I do as I can, or I call him Jamfi.
Right.
So I'm like, well, what's the I do?
Right.
But Papa Adu Jamfi.
He'll check out of the game for a rest. First free throw was good by Demetrius.
33-26. And, you know, in this one, I mean, you don't know how big free throws could be.
You never know. Rebound by Juan Thornhill. Chase Short checking in the ball game, too, Bob.
Thornhill, uncontested layup on the left side. Gets in 2.
Unofficially, I've got 1 for 5 rebounds. And that's pretty good for a guard, but probably his standard because he gets a lot of boards.
35-26. You keeping them in your head, or you got them on
No,
paper?
I'm writing it down on paper now. I'm trying to get better.
I like the effort, Haney. Hogg over to Moran.
And I don't know how long it'll last either.
Hogg for 3. In and out, no good. I mean, you know, even some of the shots he's missed has not been, you know.
He hasn't missed by much.
He's missed a couple kind of bad, but not a lot.
Yeah, most of them when he misses, they roll in and out. I mean, he is always a threat to score from anywhere. First foul of the night by Jimmy Moran.
Minute 10 to go. 5th foul on Brookville. Altavista's got 4.
Setting up to be a good fourth quarter, Bob.
Hubbard over to Thornhill. Now to Chase Short. Short works it back to Thornhill. Do you think both coaches' fears have been, calmed about looking ahead to Tuesday? Walker fires a 3. Overshot it. Rebounded by Brookville.
Yeah, I think probably for the most part. I think during the game right now, none of the players are thinking about Tuesday.
Right.
Maybe leading up to the game you are.
Jumper from the corner for Christian. And it's 35-28.
But the Colonels certainly aren't thinking about Tuesday while they're trying to hold on to this lead. And Brookville's not thinking about Tuesday while they're trying to come back. They trail by 7. Down to 17 seconds to play in the third now.
Over to Thornhill. Down to 10. Thornhill guarded by Moran. Thornhill still with it. Down to 7. Thornhill now starts to go. Thornhill leaves it. Walker, 2 from the corner. No good. Rebounded by Lichtenberger. Over to Brookville, and the long shot is going to be short. And that will do it for quarter 3. So 24 minutes in the books. The Bees trail Altavista 35-28. We're back after this on 105.5 KD Country.
English Construction Company has been in the building business since 1932, so it's only natural that they appreciate the building process. They recognize the fact that organized sports programs build character as well as bodies and minds. They know that high school sports build our youth into more well-rounded and more productive adults. English Construction Company is proud to be a sponsor of high school sports and salute all athletes, coaches, and teachers. A word of praise and encouragement from English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg, Virginia.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Bob and Kyle back here on a Saturday night in Altavista. We'll be here on Tuesday night, and special guest.
Yep.
Ron Campbell.
Ron.
Go ahead. No, you go.
We were going to say the same thing. I'm looking forward to Mr. Campbell coming up here because I know he's a guy that you and I both used to listen to a little bit back in the day. And, that's exactly right. He, great football broadcaster, great basketball broadcaster as well, and he called his share of big games, and I'm sure we'll get a chance to hear about some of them. He probably can't tell us about all of them.
We could have asked Richard Trent probably for a Ron Campbell story when we saw him twice last week.
Yeah.
Brookville goes over and back.
Mr. Campbell was probably announcing the games back when Richard Trent was the head coach here at Altavista.
Altavista's going to inbound right in front of the scorer's table where Mr. Duff and Tootie are manning the clock tonight. I don't know what Tootie's last name, and I don't think Mr. Tootie. I don't know. Maybe that is appropriate. Hubbard tries to go for Mr. Johnson, but it's going back to Brookville.
Yeah, he tried to bounce past it in there, just out of the reach of Darius Johnson. 35-28. Colonel still lead. Same score we ended the third quarter with.
You said that you wanted it down to 6 with your Scott Jester.
I did.
It's 7.
It's close.
I wanted it down to 4, but I'm a greedy individual. Moran gets it down low. Glaze is going to be fouled and throws something up and gets 2 shots. Foul is going to go against Demetrius Johnson.
A greedy old curmudgeon is the word I would use to describe you.
No, it didn't go against Demetrius Johnson. It went against Darius Johnson. Demetrius, I think, was the one that had more of the look.
Yeah.
That the official kind of looked at.
Third one on Darius. 5th one on Altavista as a team. Bob, fourth quarter, brought to you by Apple Markets of Altavista, a proud supporter of Colonel Athletics.
If you're Brookville, you really got to bite into these and sink them. 35-29.
Yeah, got to get to the free throw line as much as you can and got to take advantage of them when you get there. There's
some condensation. I don't know if it's standing water or not, but if Moran could see it, and he's not even a free throw shooter from back on that line. Now, he did freeze his own shooter a little bit, but I mean, if he saw it and it's pointed out,
and it's
got to be thick.
It's that same place that they were pawing at earlier, and I don't know if maybe it's a leak or what. Both of them go in.
Because there was some on the other end, too, down underneath the basket. Glaze hits 2, 35-30. Brookville had a double-digit quarter that last quarter, 12.
Yeah, actually outscored the Colonels that quarter by 1 point. This game has been close all the way through, and both teams have had their chances.
Well, it's county rivalry. I mean, we beat that horse a little bit sometimes. Going to call Malbeck with the carry. And Brookville will check in 2 fresh. I don't know how fresh you can say Brad and Hogg are, because they've logged some minutes tonight.
Knowing what I know about Hogg, I think he's probably fresh all the time. I think you could get him out of bed at 3 in the morning and he'd be ready to hoop it up.
Treadmill 60 minutes, then the elliptical 60 minutes, and a spin class for cool down. Brad guarded by Hubbard. Gets it over to Hogg. Hogg with the ball. Gives up to Glaze. Now Hogg drives. Cut off. Gets it back. Hogg trying to get free on a screen. Clay. Now with it. Clay stuck. Thornhill picks him up, and a timeout by Scott Jester. Burned again because he found Hogg on the back door. It'll be a full 1-minute timeout. Brookville trails Altavista by 5 here in quarter number 4 on KD Country.
The game is brought to you by these members of the Altavista Sports Club.
Chef's Drive-In, serving hometown pride with 18 flavors of milkshakes.
Comfort Inn in Altavista. Outdoor pool and free hot breakfast with your stay.
Steve's Florist, best quality at the best price for all occasions.
El Cerrito Mexican Restaurant, authentic Mexican food. Open 7 days a week.
Aubrey Rosser, attorney at law, Main Street, Altavista.
Peace of Pie Restaurant, Lower Broad Street, Altavista. Give peace a chance.
China Walk Super Buffet, American and Chinese food with the newest item, crab.
Perkins Twin Tire and Auto Service, your Michelin tire store.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Bob Alvis, Kyle Haney back here on a Saturday evening from Altavista. Ron Campbell, legendary voice at WKD back, late 80s, early 90s maybe?
Yeah.
For
always
football,
been around,
basketball, right. He'll join us Tuesday for a little while as the Gretna Hawks come to town. We haven't had Dave Haney up in the booth, have we? Or I guess he did a game with you.
Yeah, he did the one game when we went up to
James River
High School. That's right. And then he and Oscar did the first half against William Campbell, part 2, I think, this year for the Colonels. And then he always did the interview with Coach Sharness in the Subway pregame show.
So what you're saying is we don't need to have him on.
Well, I mean, we could, but he has been on and talked about the 50-year anniversary before. We've definitely got to get Doc Slusher in the booth again at some point as well.
Hogg underneath, all alone, gets into.
You cannot lose track of him because he can score from anywhere, and that time he scored from right underneath the basket because he was all alone, lost his defender.
You know, we don't do a who is the best player we've seen Altavista go against this year. My vote is going to go to Benjamin Hogg, I think, right now, because he's been just flat dominant for the Bees.
Yeah,
Count the minute.
I mean, the amount of points he has scored for them, and in the end, it'll be interesting to see what percentage of their points he has.
Ball back short, rebounded by Brookville. Bees could tie with a triple. 5:52 to go, and if you're Brookville, you can't let your eyes be bigger than the stomach.
Yeah, and if you're Altavista, you cannot lose sight of Ben Hogg.
Clay gets it to Hogg. Hogg, corner for 3. It's good.
There it is. Tied up.
Time out. Altavista will stop play. 35-35. Tied with 5 minutes and 36 seconds to go in quarter 4 on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money.
That's right. A short drive can save you hundreds, maybe thousands. The absolute best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Have a trade? When you make a deal, Feller Chevrolet will pay it off, no matter how much you owe. Slow credit? Don't worry. Drive away today in your new or pre-owned vehicle. Remember, if you didn't purchase your vehicle from Feller Chevrolet, you paid too much for it.
Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
23 points for Benjamin Hogg, 12 for Brookville. When you add them up, you get 35. The Colonels have 35, too.
Yeah, we're all tied up right back where we started, 35-35. We're in the Apple Market fourth quarter, Bob. Altavista got the 10-0 record on the line. I knew there was a reason why we were excited about doing this Saturday night basketball game.
Brookville last led 5-2. And I don't know if you have it off the top of your head. What do you think's the most somebody scored against Altavista this year in terms of an individual? I don't know if anybody's gotten in the 20s, to be honest with you.
I don't think they have. I think you're right.
Johnson fell down, or Adu Jomfi fell down guarding Johnson. Ball is missed by Darius, rebounded by Thornhill. Thornhill gets it over to Demetrius, and Demetrius is going to go to the bucket. And it's going to travel.
They called Demetrius for the traveling violation. That's going to give Brookville the basketball. 5:17 to play. Tie game. Pilcher for Russburg. Trajan Pilcher. He had a nice night. I don't know if he got to 20 or not, but I know he was in the high teens there. 16, 17, 18 points, something like that, wasn't he? We'll find out. Okay.
One shy.
I was close.
Glaze drives in. Glaze puts it up over Demetrius Johnson and gets it to go down. And the Bees lead.
2-point lead. And Glaze using the elbow a little bit there. But, again, if the referee's not going to call it, why not?
Darius takes it up. Can't rattle it home. Rebounded by Hogg. And Hogg's going to go. Hogg is going to travel. 4:43 to go. McClure's going to check in. He's playing with 3. He'll come in for Darius. You know, I cannot remember the last time Brookville has won in this building. It's happened.
Yeah.
But it hasn't happened recently, I don't think.
It's been a while. You may have to go back to the Logan Thomas era there 4 or 5 years ago. But definitely some good games anytime these two match up. Bees are up 2 right now.
I'll tell you, if they could steal one, what a confidence boost that provides, not only for Tuesday, but for the second half of the district.
Yep.
McClure with it. McClure is tied up, and it's going to be a 5-second call, but a timeout was called on this side. And thankfully for Altavista, they get out of dodge on that one. 4:21 to go here in quarter 4. Bees lead 37-35 on KD Country.
Installing Atrium vinyl replacement windows is like an investment in your home that can begin to pay dividends right away. You can save up to 30% or more on your home's heating and cooling costs. Add to your home's equity and add to its value by upgrading its looks and energy efficiency. Custom crafted Atrium vinyl replacement windows. Invest in your home's future with English's.
English's is your complete home center.
Business 29, Altavista.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Thornhill with the basketball as we head towards 4 minutes. You know, you can tell somebody, watch out, don't have a letdown, take these guys seriously 6 or 7 times, but until you get tested, McClure's 3 is off, no good, rebounded by Moran, and the foul is going to go against Hubbard. Until you have it really happen to you, I don't know that you really heed the advice.
Yeah, and you know, Altavista may have been on cruise control a little bit earlier in this game when they were up by, you know, double figures, 10 points. Now they're down by 2, and let's hope they get the wake-up call in time, because, again, the 10-0 undefeated record always on the line, Bob.
Well, I think ultimately wake-up call has been taken and received, sealed by Hubbard. And this is probably one thing they really needed. Thornhill with it. Over to McClure. McClure in the corner for 3. It's good. Altavista goes up 1. I mean, I think message has been received. If Altavista thought they could just throw out the ball and go at it.
Yeah, I mean,
38-37.
No, you're right. Steal here by 1. Thornhill just stepped in front of the pass.
Colonel's looking to hit another gear now. Thornhill comes down, and he's going to be fouled by Glaze. That's 4 on Glaze if it is on number 11.
And Juan was going to pass, so this is going to be on the floor. Not going to shoot on this one. Altavista up 1, 38-27 on the McClure 3.
Well, we're shooting every foul out on the next one, no matter who it's on.
Right. It is 4 on Glaze. You were right about that.
6 apiece. Thornhill catches underneath. Thornhill to the rack, and Thornhill sticks it in.
Good play by Juan Thornhill. And again, that's how good Juan Thornhill is. When the game starts to get close, that's really when he starts to shine.
40-37. Almost a turnover.
It might end up being a turnover.
And
might be a foul on Brookville. Wow.
Foul went against Johnson. Technical went against Johnson. That might be it.
Board says 3.
But that's 2 fouls right there at one time.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to call the officials over on this one. And it should be 1-1.
It comes with 3:15 to go in the ball game. Regulation anyway. 40-37. Altavista has the lead. They're going to sort out the foul situation on Demetrius Johnson.
Demetrius got an ugly look earlier in the half.
Well, I've never known Demetrius to say anything out of the way, but not that he didn't. It'll be a 1-1 first is what they'll shoot. Lowther will be the one that shoots those, and then Coach Jester can send anybody he wants to the free throw line. First one up and good from Lowther. He may elect just to keep him there.
If he makes the second one, probably so.
Although I got to believe Hogg would be a good candidate to shoot.
I think Hogg is going to take these. Brookville could tie if Hogg can sink 2.
Yeah, Lowther 1 of 2 there. That was the original foul. Now here comes the technical foul shots.
Well, I really thought Demetrius had more than 3.
I did too, because that would mean he only had 1 before that.
Well, and the bad part is, too, his Hogg misses the first. Bad part is, too, well, there are a couple bad parts. Brookville gets the ball back for 1.
Makes 1 of 2.
Your team fouls went from 6 to 8.
Yep. Team fouls went from 6 to 8. You've got 2 Johnsons in a little bit of foul trouble. It's like we talked about Wednesday with the girls. You never want guys in the same position in foul trouble.
Tell you what, though, I think Altavista is really, really taking this thing a lot more, I don't want to say seriously, but they've started playing really, really hard here in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, it's like you said earlier. The message has been received.
Right.
And you're going to see some really intense last 3 minutes of basketball, I bet.
Malbeck, active flippers, almost gets a steal. Hogg catches. And travel on Lowther. And, you know, in all honesty, if you look at the schedule and the way things are playing out, probably this could be the best time for Altavista to get a wake-up call.
Yeah, absolutely.
As you head to the second half of the league.
You'd rather have it in a non-district game, that's for sure.
Malbeck dribbles to the free throw line, now over to Hubbard, now to Walker. Walker to McClure. McClure on the wing. McClure has to kill his dribble, gets it over to Walker. Walker puts it on the floor with his left over to Malbeck. Altavista to our left here in the fourth quarter. Malbeck drives all the way down, gets 2, and the bucket will count, and he'll have an extra shot.
And a great play by Michi Malbeck, surging to the basket. Bob, doesn't the gym have the feel of that game Tuesday night against Dan River? I mean, the intensity is there from the players. The crowd's into it. Maybe not quite as much, but they're definitely into it. They know they're seeing a great ball game. Colonel's up by 3 again, could be 4.
Tell you what, for Hogg to play as hard as he did, no good on the free throw by Michi, and to only have 2 fouls is remarkable.
Yes.
Hogg gives it up to Bratt. 2:27 to go. Colonel's really not out of the woods by any stretch. And the last touch off Brookville. And Coach Jester thought not, but unfortunately his opinion is not really counting here a whole lot tonight, as Hubbard will go over there to inbound.
And that's one of those cases where he was standing right in front of where it happened. So, you know, theoretically, he could have had a better look than the officials, but the officials have got to go with what they see.
Colonel's really got to be careful, I think, spreading it out, because sometimes when they spread it out, you get a little, I don't want to say lackadaisical, but that foot gets off the gas pedal just a hair.
Yeah, you lose the aggressiveness a little bit, and you start making longer and longer passes, like you always talk about, Bob, and the longer the pass, more time the other team's got to get a hand on it.
Malbeck is really surfing that line when he's dribbling towards the back. Napier guarding him. Malbeck breaks the 5-second count, gets over to Walker. I love Napier's hairdo, by the way. And Walker is going to be called for a foul. And
offensive foul.
Now there's some discussion, though.
Yeah, I think one official might have called it on the defensive guy. Wow. They just gave Josh Walker a technical for using the elbow. I could see giving him a foul, but a technical, I don't know if I can, I'm not sure I can agree with that one. Well, maybe, I don't know. The one official just said 1 and 1. The one official just said 1 and 1 foul. This is, yeah.
So can the technical, here's my question. Glaze just in the wrong place, wrong time. I don't think it's any, that I know of. Josh Walker and Chris Glaze are not feuding on Facebook or anything.
Right.
No animosity. But my question is this. Can you count that foul as just 1? Okay.
I don't know.
I think I know what's happening here. Glaze fouled Walker.
Oh, okay. That is
Walker gets the technical.
Yeah, Walker's going to shoot a 1 and 1. Yep, with nobody on the line, and then Brookville's going to have some technical fouls after that. The score is 42-39. First free throw, no good from Josh Walker.
Which is the only free throw.
Yeah. Josh thought he had another one, but it was a 1 and 1. You're right. And Brookville's going to have 2.
I mean, the technical foul right there, normally that's called on some maliciousness. I mean, if you wanted, you could have probably called a double foul, which would have negated everything.
Yeah, I don't think Josh went out of his way to hit him with the elbow. I think he was just looking for some room. He didn't really extend the elbow.
Hogg misses the first, because, I mean, we've seen McClure this year, just the way he kind of plays a little bit, is he swings the arms a little bit.
Well, and when the guy's guarding you tight, when you pick up your dribble, you've got to get a little bit of room.
Right.
But, you know, we've seen that in college basketball.
Yep.
If that elbow goes out, then they can call it on the offense. And refs are watching for that more and more now. So I don't think you can fault our officials at all.
42-40. 2 technical fouls on Altavista tonight. And that's a rarity.
They haven't had any all year, I don't believe.
Hogg in front of the free throw line. Jumper goes down.
Tied up. Ben Hogg just continues to do it for Brookville. 42-42. Down under 90 seconds.
Thornhill drives left hand. Brookville fell asleep on defense, and Thornhill gets a layup.
You can never fall asleep when Thornhill's got the basketball, or even when he doesn't, for that matter.
Demetrius Johnson's heading back to the table. Altavista, I would say, is having one of their small lineups on the floor. Hogg blocked by Walker. Altavista didn't contest. Three-pointer hoisted by Brookville, no good. Scott Jester was screaming for a timeout, and control has left the building. 54 seconds to go.
Both coaches.
Malbeck saves it. Saved in the front court. Thornhill with the tap. Brookville has it. Hogg drives down. Malbeck went upstairs to block it. And it probably wouldn't have even been bad to foul Hogg, because that's the one place he hasn't been but so solid. Foul on Napier.
Wow, exciting stuff, Bob. You're right. Control and order has left the building. The fans are excited. The players are excited. The coaches are excited. Hogg having to get calmed down a little bit. I think he thought he got fouled by Malbeck, but what a great defensive play by Michi Malbeck on the block there, Bob.
Tapped it out, and then Thornhill almost got it.
Yep.
Brookville got it back in transition.
Malbeck is on the free throw line, shooting a 1-and-1. Both teams have got 9 fouls.
This is old days, Altavista and Brookville
there you
right
go.
here.
That's exactly what this is. We're down to 42.2 seconds left. Altavista, a slim 2-point lead.
Mike Carlero having a energetic conversation with one of the officials. Malbeck spins it out, no good, but guess who, Kyle?
Juan Thornhill on the board there. I've got him down for 8 tonight.
And the foul is going to go against Brookville. And Hogg better watch it, because somebody said something. And it's on number 33, Lowther.
Well, the officials...
So he gets the personal and the technical.
Yep. Officials taking no prisoners tonight. This is going to be 4 foul shots now. 2 of them will at least come from McClure. Then Altavista can shoot the 2 technical fouls with anybody, and then they'll get the ball back. And the Colonels can really win the game right here, Bob, if they can knock down, some of these free throws and
Take
then
3
the
out
possession.
of 4.
There you go.
McClure hits the first.
And 4 out of 4 would be better.
Yeah.
That's 5 on Will Lowther. Although I think it was probably 4 and then 5.
To 4, then it goes to 5.
That one's no good.
A lot of people might say that we're Altavista homers because we do all the Altavista games. I like to think of myself, and you for that matter, men of integrity. I don't think Brookville's really lost control tonight in terms of, their actions. So,
Yeah.
I don't know that Lowther... He looked flabbergasted after, what in the world did I do?
Yeah, his body language didn't warrant the technical, but I think he probably said something. And, the refs are not taking any funny stuff tonight. That's the 3rd technical we've seen. 2nd free throw from Hubbard, no good. So each guy hits 1 of 2. That means the Colonels made
ball, though.
2 of 4. Colonels are up 4 now, 46-42 with 35 seconds left. Brookville's probably got to consider fouling intentionally now to send Altavista back to the free throw line.
Altavista doesn't have anybody out there, though, that I would say is just flat out great from the line tonight, with all due respect. Foul goes against Hogg, his 3rd, if it is on Hogg.
Yeah, I don't think the Colonels have been as good as they've wanted to be from the line tonight.
It's on Napier. That's his 1st.
A few seconds ran off. We're down to 32.5 seconds to play now. 46-42 is our score.
Altavista shooting 2.
Yep.
The rest of the way.
Needs Malbeck on the line. He missed his free throw the last time he was here. Just a few seconds ago, really. Misses that one.
And Michi, this has kind of happened to him a few times, and I really think it's just a mental wall that's getting thrown up there.
Yeah, I don't think it's physical at all.
Right.
The
form doesn't look bad.
Right. He's an emotional guy. Sometimes you got to calm the emotions down, especially to shoot the free throws. Misses that one, but Thornhill
fouled on the board.
Thornhill grabbed the board again. That's 9 rebounds now, Bob. Third one on Hogg. 31.5 seconds now to play. So just a second ran off. The Colonels have not added to this lead, though.
Right.
Still up by 4.
And after my performance at Liberty High School many moons ago, I'm probably the last person that should be talking about form on a free throw.
Yeah.
Thornhill misses the first. I think Juan is so anxious to rebound his missed free throws sometimes. He just gets anxious.
Yeah. I think that's probably a reason why he misses some. He missed both of them. Wow.
Altavista has not been steady Eddie from the line, and they're going to call a foul.
It's on Ben Hogg.
Richard. Or is it on Hubbard?
No,
it's
it is
Richard
on
Hubbard.
Wow. I thought it was on Hogg. As Thornhill kind of taps Cardellaro on the shoulder to say, it's all right, Coach, we'll bail you out here. Not that Coach Cardellaro's done anything wrong. I think, if anything, it's Altavista's lack of making him from the free throw line. They have not been good from the line here lately, Bob. Missed their last 4, I know. Excuse me, missed their last 5.
Yeah, if you're Brookville, you really gotta start sinking these. I mean, I don't put.
Well, if you're Altavista, you got to sink the free throws.
Well, I mean, I hate the game of should we miss to try to get the rebound? No. Now with 28.1, you got 3 timeout or 2 timeouts according to the board.
Hogg makes the first, misses the second though.
Johnson with it, and Johnson's going to be fouled by Clay. I think that's his first.
That might not be the worst thing in the world for Brookville. Not a lot of time ran off. We're down to 25.7 seconds. It's a 3-point ball game. Altavista leading 46-43.
And again, if you're an Altavista fan, with all due respect, I don't know who you really want at the line right now, just because the free throw shooting has been a little shaky here late.
Nobody's been good lately here. They've missed their last 5 from the free throw line.
Johnson hits in and out.
Wow, and that's hard luck right there, because that one probably should have gone in. Altavista's missed their last 6 in a row now, Bob. I want to say they're 2 for their last 8, which is not good enough when you're trying to hold a lead.
Knocked that one down.
That's big. That makes it a 4-point lead. That's real big.
Time ticking into the future for Brookville. Hogg will pull it from deep. 3-pointer off the front of the iron, no good. I don't think Brookville needs the 3. Jester calls a timeout.
Abu Jamfi got the rebound, then kicked it back out. That's when Coach Jester called.
We'll keep it here. 47-43, less than 20 seconds to go in the basketball game. It's a full timeout, but again, we'll keep it here. 47-43. All right. I want to say there's probably about 17, 16, 15 seconds in that neighborhood.
Yep.
You're down 4. You got the ball. I say you can get a quick 2, because I mean, you can't. And I always bring this up, the Altavista Brookville game where Altavista didn't have to pass the ball in bounds again. They got to pass it in tonight, because Brookville can call a timeout and make them pass it in at some point.
Yeah, Brookville's got 1 timeout left. Altavista with 3 timeouts left. Colonels lead by 4. Yeah, I mean, it's a 4-point game, so it's a 2-possession game unless you make the 3 and get fouled in the process, which, don't get me wrong, has happened.
Things have happened, yeah.
It has happened, but you can't bank on that.
Right.
The other reason for shooting the 3 is, Bob, if you make it, then you're down 1, and then you foul again. Even if they make both free throws, you can still tie with another 3. If you go for 2 and they make both free throws, you're still down 4
You're
again.
playing that game.
Yeah.
17.6 to go. Now, if you got a good look at 3,
don't pass
fire
it. Right,
exactly.
I mean, no, I'm a fan of attacking the basket, though, too, because you can get fouled making the layup and get a 3-point play that way.
They don't have the best inbound spot, though, on that sideline.
Yep.
They throw it. Hogg picks it up. Hogg will drive in. Hogg will not get it to roll down. Scott Jester was all ready to call the timeout.
That might do it right there.
And Malbeck is fouled by Clay. That's number 2.
Well, tough luck there, because Hogg has made everything else all night. Can't get the layup to go in.
Unless he misses both. I think this one's probably over.
8.2 seconds left. Colonels are up 4. And you feel like if Malbeck can just make 1 of 2.
I like the chances.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, Brookville does have a timeout.
Yep.
48-43.
Malbeck does sink the first.
You got to score quicker than quick, though. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if you're the Bees. And it might not be, if he's going to miss 1, this might not be the bad one to miss.
Yep. It's
but
up
he
and
makes
in.
it. 49-43. I wasn't pulling for a miss there, by the way, because, I mean, that puts it up 6. Hogg with it, down to 5, down to 4. He squirts it all the way down. Ball is kicked back out. Johnson steals it, and that'll do it for the ball game. Altavista gets their money's worth, though, tonight. They get a real scare by the Brookville Bees. 49-43. Colonels will be back on the Subway postgame show to tell you all about it right after this timeout.